Hi, Internet! Sorry, my daughter is filming me, so I'm hoping she started the camera shortly before I said hi, Internet, and not like
Yeah,
5 seconds of me going like, when do I start?
No,
Right?
yeah, it was like a small pause.
Okay, cool. My wife is in the background of the video. My son's next to me in the video. We're all here. I'm going to read another fairy tale. I'm early tonight instead of going live because I got to pick up the child you don't see with us that's not filming me from gymnastics here in just a little bit at 8 o'clock. So I'm going to read now. And tonight's grim fairy tale is called The Straw, the Coal, and the Bean. It's very short. I have no idea what it's about. Words are hard. So let's find out together. In a village dwelt a poor old woman who had gathered together a dish of beans and wanted to cook them. So she made a fire on her hearth. So that it might burn quicker, she lighted it with a handful of straw. When she was emptying the beans into the pan, one dropped without her observing it and lay on the ground beside a straw. And soon afterward, a burning coal from the fire leaped down to the two. Then the straw began and said, "'Cause the straw's gonna talk." Sometimes grim fairy tales drive me nuts because like random stuff just starts talking and I don't understand it always. Then the straw began and said, "Dear friends, from where do you come here?" The coal replied,
You seem very disappointed with grim fairy tales right now.
"I fortunately sprang out of the fire, and if I had not escaped by my force, my death would have been certain. I should have been burnt to ashes." The bean said, "If I had the Brothers Grimm sitting right here, I would be giving them such fierce side-eye right now. Because we have inanimate objects just chatting it up. Chatty, chat, chat." The bean said, "I too have escaped with a whole skin, but if the old woman had got me into the pan, I should have been made into bread without any mercy, just like my comrades." I don't think you turn beans into bread. I don't think that's how bread works. Or beans. Or fire. And none of these things should talk.
Yes, exactly. Who does not talk?
"And would a better fate have fallen my lot," said the straw. "The old woman has destroyed all my brethren in fire and smoke, and seized 60 of them at once, and took their lives. I luckily slipped through her fingers." "But what are we to do now?" said the coal. "I think," answered the bean, "that as we have so fortunately escaped death, we should keep together the good companions, and lest a new misfortune should overtake us here, we should go away together to a foreign country." The bean, the straw, and the coal are going to move to Spain for no reason. Very confused.
This is my favorite.
It's my favorite.
"Let's grow mustaches together and pretend we're not beans, coals, and straws. We'll pretend to be a mariachi band." I don't understand. The proposition pleased the two others. Apparently they smiled. I'm just picturing a piece of straw smiling now. With, the face on a piece of straw. Fierce side-eye for the Brothers Grimm. The proposition pleased the two others, and they set out on their way in company, with their tiny legs just running down the road, apparently. Soon, however, they came to a little brook, and as there was no bridge or footplank, they did not know how they were to get over it. I don't know, maybe they should ask the brook, because apparently everything talks. The straw hit on a good idea and said, "I will lay myself straight across, and then you can walk over me and use me as a bridge." The straw therefore stretched itself from one bank to the other, and the coal, who was of an impetuous disposition, tripped quite boldly on to the newly built bridge. But when she had reached the middle and heard the water rushing beneath her, she was, after all, afraid, and stood still and ventured no farther. I didn't realize the coal was a girl. Would have changed the voice I used. I guess that makes sense. The coal was a hot chick. Oh,
Dad.
The coal was hot. Hot like the ladies. The straw, however, began to burn, broke into 2 pieces, and fell into the stream. The coal slipped after her, hissed when she got into the water, and breathed her last. Yeah, you fill up the lungs of that coal with water. This coal's got lungs, just like it has a face. The bean, who had prudently stayed behind on the shore, could not but laugh at the event, was unable to stop, and laughed so heartily that she burst. The bean was a girl, too. I had no idea. The straw's big pimpin'. Who knew? It would have been all over for her likewise if, by good fortune, a tailor, who was traveling in search of work, had not sat down to rest by the brook. As he had a compassionate heart, he pulled out his needle and thread and sewed her together. The bean thanked him most prettily, but as the tailor used black thread, all beans since then have a black seam. And that is the end of the straw, the coal, and the bean. Quite possibly the dumbest tale I've ever read.
Yes, it is.
And I read all the Oz books, including the ones that made no sense. I got nothing. That's another Grimm fairy tale, everybody. I hope you enjoyed it. Join us again tomorrow. Tomorrow night again will not be live. It'll be pre-recorded. Tomorrow night we're going to read, what is it? The White Snake. Yes. So I hope you join us then. Good night, everyone.
Night.